She's spectacular. She's spectacular. And when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talk about Caitlin Clark? I mean, you look at her skills, you look at what she is special. When are we going to start doing that? Because let me tell you something. This sister's got...
Did you hear Stephen A. Smith's latest hot take? If you did, there's a solid chance your eyebrows went straight to the ceiling. The man, who's often seen as one of the most respected voices in sports, had the audacity to suggest that JuJu Watkins should be discussed in the same breath as Caitlin Clark. And honestly, that's not just a stretch. It's an outright leap of fantasy. We're talking about a player with 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles being compared to someone with just 15 and 0. Seriously?
Look at her skill sets, her ball handling ability, her driving ability, her shot making ability, her three-point shooting shot making ability. This sister is something special. She is spectacular. Pull up Jay right there. She is the package, and she's been the package. We saw her coming last year, but now that Caitlin Clark is gone, we should be focusing on her even more so now. And just like I told you when Caitlin Clark was the golden goose, I said that's the golden goose. That didn't mean she was the best player in the world. It meant that she was pretty damn good and coming, okay? And the fans love her.
And the irony is, Stephen A. Smith is playing the role of a helpless bystander in the media world, wondering why JuJu Watkins isn't getting more attention. Newsflash, Stephen A. You are the media. You sit on one of the most powerful platforms in sports, and you have the power to decide who gets airtime. If JuJu isn't in the spotlight, maybe it's time to take a good look in the mirror.
I'm saying the only question now about JuJu is, why is she not being shown more love? Because clearly she deserves it.
Yeah.
Let's not treat this as some isolated slip-up either. On First Take, Stephen A. didn't just casually drop JuJu's name. No, he went all in, saying, when are we going to start talking about her the same way we talk about Caitlin Clark? As if he doesn't have total control over the narrative on his own show. The man practically writes the rundown himself.
When we see Caitlin Clark pulling up from logo range, oh, well, I'll be damned. When we see Caitlin Clark running the floor, finding Hannah Stolke like Peyton Manning finds Marvin Harrison, well, I'll be...
It's not that JuJu Watkins lacks talent. She most certainly does not. But Caitlin Clark? She's in a class of her own, already reshaping the game at the professional level. Comparing JuJu to Clark at this point is like comparing someone in training for a marathon to someone who's already crossed the finish line. Set a new record and wave to the crowd.
But the biggest problem is this is his show. And he's deciding not to talk about JuJu. That's the funny part. Deep down, I think Stephen A. knows why they're not talking about JuJu Watkins.
What makes this so laughable is how Stephen A. keeps pretending he doesn't understand how the media works. He talks about coverage like it's this elusive force that no one can control, except he's been in the driver's seat for decades. If he truly believed what he was saying, he could have JuJu on ESPN tomorrow, or even dedicate an entire segment to her career stats and future. But instead, he goes for the easy viral moment, fully aware that the comparison is pure nonsense. Next voice, next voice. This isn't an anti-JuJu rant. She's got the talent, charisma, and a bright future ahead of her. But Stephen A. didn't say she's promising. He said she's already deserving of the same recognition as Caitlin Clark, and that's just delusional. It's not that JuJu isn't good, it's that she's not there yet, and there's no shame in that.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! I'm so happy, I'm crying, I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
This whole segment felt like Stephen A. was just throwing out a narrative to stir up drama. He's trying to create a story where there is none. If you want to champion JuJu Watkins, great. Give her time. Let her carve her own path. But don't act like she's already rewritten the record books when the ink hasn't even dried on her first chapter. Next voice, Stephen A. If you're going to push a narrative, at least make sure it passes the laugh test. Right now, you're not just sprinkling a little salt. You've dumped the whole shaker into the soup and wondered why it tastes off. You can't manufacture a media moment and then act surprised when people aren't buying the spin. You built the machine, now own what it's producing. That's how narratives become absurd, when those in power pretend they're powerless. In this case, the only thing Stephen A. is truly powerless against is the cold, hard truth. Caitlin Clark is in a league of her own. Trying to force a comparison doesn't elevate JuJu, it just makes the whole conversation look desperate.
Right, JuJu, yeah, she can score her butt off. Don't get me wrong, JuJu can score her butt off. But is she facilitated at a high level, right? Now, we're going to break it all the way down, man, because as much as I love JuJu, I just don't think she's there where Caitlin Clark is at just yet.
You want to talk numbers? Let's break it down. Caitlin Clark hit 2,000 career points in just 75 games. That's video game territory. For JuJu to match that, she'd need to drop 33 points per game for the next 12 straight just to tie her. That's not an upward trajectory. That's chasing a comet on roller skates.
I just want to throw this stat at you, right? Caitlin Clark had 67 double-doubles and 17 triple-doubles in 139 games. Caitlin was more than a scoring machine. Absolutely. She's doing more than scoring. JuJu Watkins has 15 double-doubles and 0 triple-doubles through 62 games. That's for comparison of how great Caitlin.
Now, if you break it down even further and compare their first 62 college games, sure, the points are close. 1,662 for Clark, 1,604 for JuJu. Rebounds? Almost identical. 433 for Clark, 436 for JuJu. But when it comes to assists, this is where the gap widens. Clark racked up 471 assists, while JuJu only has 214. That's not just a minor discrepancy, it's a massive indicator of how different their impacts are on the court. One runs the offense and elevates an entire team, while the other is still figuring out how to distribute the ball.
Now, let's read this one. Fastest to 2,000 points NCAA. Caitlin, 75. Della Dunn, 75. JuJu Watkins has 1604 in 62 games. Need to average 33 points over the next 12 to hit 2,074 games.
Are you seeing this? Caitlin Clark was creating nearly twice as many scoring opportunities for her teammates as JuJu Watkins, all while still putting up huge numbers herself.
The 62 games for Caitlin and JuJu. We see the points for Caitlin. 1662, 1604 for JuJu. She averaged 26 or 27, and JuJu averaged 26, right? 433 rebounds for Caitlin, 436 rebounds for JuJu. So she won there. 471 assists for Caitlin, 214 assists for JuJu.
That's not just good basketball, that's elite-level floor general, MVP-type dominance. That's what separates a scorer from someone who controls the entire flow of a game. Caitlin wasn't just padding her stats, she was running the whole offense and making everyone around her better.